acceptable if you can meet that bare minimum that every faction has a meta deck that's like solid tier 1, tier 1.5 to play like consistently and do well with. But I feel you also want to have every sort of sub archetype within a faction have a workable deck as well. They could make a Bloodbound spell card that shuffles back into the deck after use. We could see something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Doesn't that unintentionally buff Arcanist spell decks? Bloodbound spells counted for Arcanist, didn't they? I think it still counted as you casting a spell. Am I mistaken? It's really the same either way. Oh. Hang on. This Silhouette Tracer is still kind of in Giga Chad mode where it moves you 4 paces. Yo, let's give him the business. Because it reshuffles in, you could cast one, then redraw it in the same turn and cast it again, which you couldn't do. Oh, that's what you meant, Kelazur. Where you cast it, it reshuffles, and then you replace to fish it, or play some other card that fishes it. Mask. So we have Onyx Bear Seal. We kind of just win the game. Oh my god, this deck is so hilarious. I can't believe it. Duelyst is really back. It still feels like a big prank, doesn't it, Dirk? Doesn't it? Welcome in, by the way. It feels like we're about to get the rug pulled out from underneath us. Like, where they're gonna be like, never mind, we changed our mind. We're putting Duelyst back in the void. We're putting it back. But I am so happy and proud. Honestly, I'm very proud of the dedicated developers that put so much time and energy in behind the scenes to bring this game back, because I think it was certainly ahead of its time, and it was a confluence of a lot of circumstances that kind of kept it from flourishing. But I think that they certainly... Ooh, juxtaposition! So that's 2, 4, 5. We need 2 more damage. That's not 2 more damage. What if I summon Ether Master, which allows me to replace an additional time? Okay, that's not 2 more damage. So let's, lull them into a false sense of security. Will Skarzig Feather Knight be in this version of the game? Skarzig in Skarzig Feather Knight will be implemented at a later point in time. But it's certainly going to be reworked. I know that the current dev team is a part of the more high-level community that didn't appreciate how obnoxiously sharp a lot of those Songhai matchups ended up becoming because of the presence and threat of Skarzig, which I completely understand. I think that Skarzig did what he was supposed to do in that metagame, and I actually had an idea, chat. Hear me out. The new devs don't want to bring trials back, you know, because they were either bad or, like, really broken. I totally understand if they don't want to bring trials back. But we could make Skarzig into Oaken the Nematon. I think that would be sick. I think that Oak and the Nematon was actually the best balanced and best designed of all the trials. And I think that I could make a case to be like, okay, well, let's make Oak and the Nematon the new Skarzig archetype, where it's a bunch of random token tiny homies that get together, and once, you know, happy friend time happens, then you do your big stuff and you win. So anyway, I'm actually trolling and not finishing off my opponent here, so I do apologize. I'm gonna replace the Phoenix Fire. This is where I got my reputation as the Rope King. I feel like Vanar's so weak right now. Yes, yes. Vanar didn't become good until... Oh my god. Like 2 sets in, and then like after they added Bloodbound spells on top of that, even when they added Bloodbound spells, people were still playing Fae as like a burn tempo deck. It wasn't until like way later in that competitive season that control Vanar was figured out, using, you know, Gravity Well and all that stuff to just lock your opponent down and put them on the Warbird clock. Okay, so I think that I'm going to play an Ether Master to replace the other one. Yo, we got that raid coming in from Ghostly Tuna. The one and only. How are you, my friend? I hope you're enjoying this revival. It's like 2018 in here. Ain't that right? Welcome in. Thank you so much for that raid. And Jazzy Pants, what's up, what's up? Craze climbed to S with Vanar only? Well, yeah, Vanar was hands down the worst of all the factions in the base game of Duelyst. And they reworked a lot of cards, right, from the base set to kind of change some stuff around. So, like, Drug Lord is a little bit more of a real card. They did some pre-nerfing to Gravity Well, such things like that. So, I think that Vanar certainly does still have some play. Yeah, the notification, the little symbol that pops up over there on the right side when people follow and subscribe and raid are animations of Skarzig from Duelyst. It's the truly deepest of the deep lore. I've got double Mask of Shadow, so I think I can replace the Artifact Hunter. Bruh. Oh, I got nothing. My deck is bad. Don't be worried, Saj. I'm pretty sure I was the one expansion off getting my own card, Sad Face. The devs, hopefully they can help us out. Even maybe taking some of, like... I know that we did get glimpses of units whose animations were either fully complete or almost complete that were never released. And so those cards can very easily be repurposed. I love this right here, this minefield of obelisks. My opponent is daring me to step into the Hurt Locker over here. I'm going to. I really appreciate the, you know, the movement. So, Mist Walking, Healing Mystic is 5 mana. So anyway, let's go in and hope we don't explode. That's my favorite game. Eh? Oh, you target the space. I see. Ooh! Oh, that stings, don't it? What if I die, though? Oh, White Widow! Okay, it's cool. We got this. So, my artifacts ain't gonna survive. Yeah, Globbergataki posted some... Rash's Curse! Mask! 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, that is lethal! Ah! I knew I was gonna die. 14 HP is like burst rage. 100%. Bruh, the double fire blaze, though. I should have respected. I should have just backed off. And what I need to do, I think, in that situation is play towards the White Widow fork. But I had the double Mask of Shadows and I had to pop off. I let my bloodlust get the better of me there. Oh, we're finally going first. So they changed White Widow. They slightly updated White Widow so it doesn't hit one target for 2. It splits the damage between multiple targets. So it's worse for just like straight up controlling the board, but it's better for our purposes where we want it to do a little bit of face damage and we want it to be a little annoying. Bruh. These aggro Vitruvian players. They're out here trying to swarm my bones. Let's play into this Star's Fury, though. My Kaido Assassin. What I like about the Kaido Assassins in this deck is that they're actually just red herrings. Uh-oh, I don't like that. I could Jux and backstab this thing and give away my game plan. I've got double Mask of Shadows, so I don't necessarily need Artifact Hunter unless I'm trying to play for like a really big combo. I'll probably need Jux to get rid of Amara Healer or something. I think Jux with the White Widow and the Wind Strike just to get some extra damage here is probably my best bet, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yo, we got that resub from Dirk. Thank you so much for that 4 months. Oh, Onyx Bear Seal. Means that if I go Onyx Bear Seal and Jux, like that's overreacting to the Wind Strike, I think. Because if I go in with the White Widow, yeah, okay. Let's be cool about this. I'm not going to equip the Mask of Shadows yet to play around Rasha's Curse. My opponent did, like, you know, turn 1 Bone Swarm, so I imagine they're going to be very aggressive. And I wonder how they'll respond to the White Widow fork. Because if they run this way to kill it, then... Third Wish! What does this thing do again? +3 attack, you take 3 less damage, you get to move 3 extra spaces. Okay. Saj came right to me. You animal. You're about to get sent to the Shadow Realm. Okay, so we move here. Oh, yeah. We move here. So we get the extra replace with the Ether Master. Then we mask, replace, Schmohoigity. All right, now I'm at 18 this time, so I'm out of burst range. There's the Amara Healer, which we have juxtaposition for. You never want to be in this position as Vitruvian, where Amara Healer is the only thing keeping you from losing the game. It's always better when you're ahead. It's, you know. We get the big hit. I could have been like double Saber Spine Seal, but, you know. Ether Master turn 1. We've got Mask. Well, Mulligan, Saber Spine Seal. This hand's almost a little bit too good to give up. What would I rather have than Mist Walking? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm confused since I never played any Duelyst. Has the board a side you need to go through it to hit face, or nothing like hitting face? You have a pool of units and you win when you board wipe? No. Your general is your nexus, right? To put it in Runeterra terms, your general is your nexus, but your general is a unit on the board as well and has 2 base attack. So you can move and attack with your general and you lose when your general dies. So you can, like, you have to make the tempo choice around, do I go aggressive with my general and take a lot of damage by mixing it up in combat to get better trades? Or am I going to try to play my stuff in front of my general to, like, create a wall? Oh, Spelljammer? That's cute because I have Ether Master to offset that. So we'll replace Healing Mystic first. Mist Walking is going to be very helpful here. I'll just move like this. It's very tempting, right? I'm baiting my opponent to say, do you want the Spelljammer to kill the Kaido Assassin? Or are you going to let me take this mana tile, right? And if they walk forward to, like, fight me or deny this tile, then Kaido Assassin is looking pretty spooky to them, from their perspective. So this is a mind game. Okay, they hedge. They do the in-between play of, I'll just use this to take the... I played against this deck, like, once before in the first network test. You place double Spelljammer so that your opponent doesn't draw any cards, and the rest of your deck is about drawing cards. So you get cards and your opponent doesn't, which is an incredibly nefarious idea for a control deck that I fully support and applaud. So if Kaido kills the 4-2, I can move here. Mist Walking isn't going to get me into position. So let's replace. Juxtaposition doesn't quite do it either. If I wanted to, I could maybe throw this Void Hunter into the corner so that my opponent doesn't get any cards. That might be better, because if I deny them resources, then I can't be punished. I become immune. All right. I guess there's generals that fight and some of their engines that empower in the board from the back line. It's... The generals now without Bloodbound spells don't really have specifically defined roles like that, but the way you play with your general does change depending on the archetype that you're playing. Like, because I'm playing a combo deck where I power up my general with armor and equipment. They're called artifacts in this game, where I equip a bunch of stuff to my general that makes them do, like, giga busted attack, but only when I attack on the square behind someone. So I'm gonna step 1 like this, so it's not super, super obvious that I want to backstab. And I'll take that value trade to protect my 5-4. And it looks like I'm just playing away from the Void Hunter, so they don't get the trade. My opponent only has 2 cards, so I'm using their own strategy against them by denying this card draw. Dying Wish is Last Breath. Draw 2 cards. Oh, yikes. And again, my opponent's like... I thought it was a control deck, but it's like aggro tempo. So let's see. Mask of Shadows, your general is backstab 5. That means that when I attack from this specific square directly behind a unit, I deal 5 extra damage. So this is 10, 12, 15, 17, 18, 19. Yes, it is lethal. This deck is a hoot. So, I do want to say that I think that I mind-gamed my opponent very well there, where I made it seem like I wasn't a Mask of Shadows deck, but I kind of was.